Somebody asked me a few days ago, like, what's your anchor, Valencia? You seem to be really grounded, and you're into, self discovery, your spirituality, and basically, when I thought about it, I'm like, what is my what is my anchor? And my anchor, I had to think, and my anchor has been since 20 2011 has been Isaiah 40:31. That verse in the Bible has brought me through so many things, and I really cling to it, especially when I'm feeling down and doubt. And Isaiah 41 says, "But those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weak, and they shall walk and not be faint." And just the majestic meaning behind that verse is basically, eagles go through a year of molting. They are the majestic birds. They are very strong, but at one time they have to molt. They lose their talons, they lose their wings, they lose their beak, and for 1 year they are helpless, and they have to depend on the people around him who love them, who come and care for them, to chew their food and to feed them, and they cry in misery and a lot of pain, and they go through this molting for an entire year. And during the end of that year, they grow new feathers that are stronger, talons that are powerful. They grow their stronger beaks back, and they become the majestic animals that we see soaring through the sky. So it's like every season and every purpose in life, sometimes you have to hit the bottom in order to come back up. You have to be weak. You have to be able to sit with yourself and in pain sometimes to realize and to hear that God is here. And you have to believe at that time. So when the verse says that, you have to wait upon God, it's just like, at this point, I'm no longer going to just wait on people or situations and look for validations in other people. I'm going to wait to hear what God has for me, He says for me, and how He guides me, because His timing is the timing that I am going to go by. Also, when they say you renew your strength. So basically, it's just, you have to heal from people. You have to heal from situations that hurt you. You have to heal from these places that have drained all of the energy so that you can become stronger. You do depend on His word. You do depend on prayers. And you depend on those people who truly love you and stick by you. And you learn to pour into yourself. So everything that I've done in my life has always been centered around giving myself a year to renew my strength. And the part of the verse where it says, you mount up wings like eagles. That's like my favorite verse, and it kind of makes me teary-eyed, because it's just, you're moving from your old ways and your old patterns, and you're stopping the old things. That old part of you has to die. It does. As dramatic as it sounds, that old part or that old version of you has to die in order for the new person to come through. And the new improved person. And when it says, you shall run and not grow weary. If you trust in the God, you can't worry. If you pray, you're not going to worry. So basically, that's just saying to continue to pursue your dreams. Continue to focus on your health. Continue to focus on the things that mean something to you. And continue to pursue your happiness. Because although you're sad, it's just for the crying comes only for the night. And in the morning, there's a new mercy. I truly believe that. So also it says you should walk and not be faint. Knowing that even though your progress may feel slow, you're still moving forward. You're still moving forward. And all you have to do is really, truly trust in God's timing. So when he asked me what my anchor was, I don't think he expected me to truly just break down what my anchor is. One, my anchor is God, first and foremost. And whenever in doubt, go to His word. And the word that speaks to me the most clearest will always be Isaiah 40. 31, because although sometimes I may hit the bottom and I feel helpless and hopeless and I get into that dark place, my mind always goes back to this verse, because you know what? I'm going to give myself a year to come out of this funk, to take the time for me. And it's happened a couple of times throughout the years, but ever since I heard Mother Johnson talk about this verse and the way she just so eloquently broke it down, I felt like she was speaking directly to me, through me, but it will always stand with me. So my anchor is always going to be Isaiah 31. The question is, what's your anchor? How do you make it through those tough times? Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite verse? Because I love looking up and reading my Bible and learning new things. That's my thing. I'm going to be a lifelong learner. But no matter what, it's like life gets hard and you go to dark places sometimes. And sometimes you feel like, I am not going to come out of this. I don't know how I'm going to come out of this. And seriously, when I feel that way, and I can say that, last year I absolutely felt that way. And I know I'm strong. I know I am a survivor. I'm just built that way. But there are some times where it gets heavy and it gets hard. And my biggest fear is when I get to the part where I can't even talk myself out of it. And the only person that I can truly turn to is always going to be to God. Because whether my lips say it, my heart say it, He knows. And I know that there's nothing that He has never brought me through. I wouldn't be who I am and where I am today. And I'm going to say again, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Because, babe, she's been through some stuff. But each time it's a lesson. And each time I mount up my wings like an eagle. And I soar every single time. And the reason I can do that is my faith. It's my belief. Even when I don't believe me and I don't believe in myself, I know God's got me. And I can't stop. I just can't stop. And I will never stop. So it is always important to have an anchor. Know what your anchor is. Know what your why is. He is my why. My rock, my sword, and my shield. Love you guys. Bye.